What's up, boys? Take a look at some more NBA player props today over on Prize Picks. Prize Picks, my favorite website and app to take a look at some NBA player props and really just all player props. I got MLB opening day coming up here soon. I'll be posting some MLB on my Patreon and hopefully also on the channel, so you guys might see some double uploads over on this channel for NBA and MLB coming up here. But yeah, so if you guys are already in Prize Picks, highly recommend joining. Again, 100% deposit match up to $100. If you guys deposit 60, they'll match it, give you guys another 60 in bonus, and you can go ahead and play with that. So pretty awesome deal on Prize Picks. And Demar Derozan is at 24.5 points right now on Prize Picks for another 3.5 hours, and we should see another taco coming up here. I'm not sure who it is quite yet. They're voting for it right now on Twitter. But we have Demar Derozan, man, on a sweet discount, especially with Zach LaVine out. Pretty good deal right there. But if anyone's interested in joining the Patreon, I have an MLB tier, I have an NBA tier, and I have an MLB and NBA tier on the Patreon. If you guys are interested in joining, you don't have to by any means. I give free research here. But if you guys are looking for some extra research, we hit 80% over on Sunday. Didn't have NBA yesterday, but we hit 80% over there on Sunday, so that was pretty awesome. So if you guys are interested in joining the Patreon, go ahead and do so. The link is in my description, as well as the Prize Picks link and also a free Discord link where people give their free research all the time. But if you guys are interested in looking for some extra research and want to join the Patreon, now is the perfect time because you guys can get it now until the end of April instead of signing up in the middle of April. So definitely not necessary, but if you guys want to, go ahead and sign up. The link is in my description for some extra research. But yeah, we got a taco right here. This is going to be the first one we talk about, and I'll talk about two more in today's video, but kind of a long intro. Sorry about that. Let's hop straight into this now. So first on the list here, Demar Derozan over 24.5 points. I'm loving Demar Derozan. Zach LaVine should be out here. He's expected to not play. I'm not sure if they officially ruled him out yet, but he is doubtful pretty much. So, but I like him over 24.5 here. He's hit 11 out of 13 of his games this season without Zach LaVine. He had 35 last matchup versus Milwaukee without Zach LaVine, which was this season. He's also 2 for 3 this season versus Milwaukee. So pretty good hit rate right there. 35 last matchup versus Milwaukee without LaVine. 11 for 13 this season without LaVine. It should be in a very, very good spot, especially hit this taco here at 24.5, man. So let's take a look at this game here. So the Chicago game right here, yeah, they haven't officially ruled him out, I don't believe. We'll refresh this just in case. Yeah, he's doubtful to play. So expect him to not play here. It's a 6-point spread, 232.5 over-under. It's nothing too crazy. So I definitely do like the spot a lot for Demar. It's a high over-under. Milwaukee plays a pretty fast pace usually. So it's a 6-point spread here, so pretty good spot. So now we're going to go ahead and take a look at the matchup here. So they have projected to start at small forward tonight, but you could also play some power forward. But let's take a look at the small forward matchup versus Milwaukee here. So we're going to go to FanDuel NBA defense versus position on Fantasy Pros. So season-long small forward points. What has Milwaukee been allowing? Milwaukee has been allowing the 6th most points per game to the small forward position so far this season per Fantasy Pros. And in the last 7 games here, Milwaukee has still been on that easier side, allowing the 3, 6, 9, the 9th most points per game to the small forward position so far this season. I'm sorry, in the last 7 games, they've been allowing the 9th most. So really good spot season long for sure. And even if he does start at power forward, it's an even better matchup for the last 7 games. Season long, it is a little bit harder than the other ones, but it's still easy matchup, or should be a really good spot here for DeRozan. So great matchup. Great spot, good over-under. Spread, I kind of wish it was a little bit lower, but I don't think this game should blow out. I think DeMar should play a good chunk, but you never know. It's the National Blood Association. A lot happens, so. But I like DeMar Derozan here on this taco for sure. So I believe it's a $20 max. Don't quote me on that, but I believe it's a $20 max for this one if you guys are interested in playing that. But let's take a look at some other props here. So I actually bumped this one up. I still like it. It's just there's a bigger chance, obviously, for a push on this one. We're going to take a look at the first half tab. So if you guys go from NBA tab to the NBA first half tab, you can find this. So you look, I like Jalen Green over 12.5, well now 13 points here. So I'm going to give you guys some statistics, can't talk I guess, for this prop here, based on the 12.5. But he's averaging 14.6 in the first half. In his last 5 games here, he had 15, 14, 18, and 15. So far in those recent games in the first half. But if you take more of a look in this one, he is minus 120 to go over his full game of 23.5. So I think he's 24.5 on Prize Picks. I think it's been getting bumped up a lot on a lot of places. A lot of places are liking Jalen Green tonight. And I like Jalen Green just the first half because it's a massive blowout, which I'll talk about in a second here. But he's hit 4 out of 5 in his last 5 here. He's kind of been just gone ballistic in his last 5 games, full game at least. So, but if you take a look in this game here, this Brooklyn game, it's at 7:30 tonight. Shooting guard going against Brooklyn, but it's a 17-point spread. That's a huge spread, but it's also a huge over/under. So this is why I'm really liking the first. This is why I'm really liking the first half here. I mean, it's a huge spread. He's probably not going to. He is a young guy though. He might play full game. I don't like this prop full game. I do want to say that I like it a lot better first half, but it's a huge over/under. There should be a ton of points scored hopefully in the first half. And he should hopefully get full first half minutes. So that's kind of why I'm liking this quite a bit here. Let's take a look at the shooting guard matchup versus Brooklyn. So always take everything at your own risk, by the way. Always do your own research. Don't go directly just off of what I say. So just always look into these more on your own and always take everything at your own risk. But let's take a look at the shooting guard here, points versus Brooklyn. And you can see Brooklyn is definitely on the easier side. 3, 6, 9. They're allowing the 9th most points per game to the shooting guard position so far this season. And in the last 7 games here, Brooklyn is still kind of in that same range, it looks like. 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12. They're on the 12th most points per game. So they've been on the easier side consistently throughout the season, season long and last 7 games. So they've been consistently allowing a good chunk of points here to the shooting guard. In a huge over-under game like this, in a big blowout spot, I'm liking the first half for sure for Jalen Green, hitting 4 straight, hoping he can make this 5 straight games. So should be a pretty good spot for Jalen Green tonight. Let's go and take a look at one more player prop here. And this one is going to be a rebound prop on the under. I like Chris Middleton, under 5.5 rebounds here. So Chris Middleton's in a weird spot here. So he's averaging 6.8 in his last 5 games here, coming off of a 4 rebound game here against Dallas. But he's had 9 against Brooklyn and 9 against Philadelphia. And there's a reason I like this one. It's because of the odds. The odds are heavily favoring him to go under 5.5 rebounds. So a little while ago, his odds were at minus 142 to go ahead and hit under 5.5 rebounds. That's pretty huge. And he has a 44% hit rate this season, 4 out of 10 hit rate in his last 10. But he is 2 for 2 for Chicago this season with 10 and 6. I still feel comfortable in this prop because of the odds, like I said. But there is obviously a chance he goes over, but as there is with any prop usually. But I'd like the spot for sure for Middleton here to finally go under against Chicago after going over twice. He did only have 6 in the last matchup, so we just need him to have 1 less than last time. But the odds are so heavily in Middleton's favor here. I like the spot here, and I also like the matchup, so I'll explain here. So 8 o'clock tonight, 6-point spread, 232 over under. We already talked about this, so in this case, we're kind of hoping it blows out for this Middleton prop. Not so much for the Demar Derozan prop, but we'll take a look into this one here. So small forward, rebounds versus Chicago here. And Chicago is on the harder side here. 3, 6, 9, 10, 11. They're allowing the 11th least amount of rebounds per game to the small forward position so far this season, and in the last 7 games here, Chicago is still in that same range, allowing the 3, 6, 9, 10, 11. They're still allowing the 11th least amount of rebounds per game to the small forward position in the last 7 games here. So really good spot, I'd say, for Middleton to go ahead and hit this under. The odds are in his favor, but the only thing that's kind of thrown me for a loop here, and that's making this one my least favorite of the day, of my favorites, is because of obviously his past matchup versus the Bulls. He has hit in the last 2 matchups. So if you guys are thinking about taking this prop, keep that in mind that he did go over twice against Chicago this season, but it is a tougher matchup. Odds are heavily in Middleton's favor, at least as of right now. Things change throughout the day, which is why I always say to make your entries closer to game time because a lot of stuff changes, man, with all the odds and all that different stuff. So yeah, but that's what I'm liking for today. Again, if anyone is new, please go ahead and like the video. It helps me out a ton. Also, subscribe if you guys wish. We're on the road to 3,000 subs. I really would appreciate it, but that's pretty much going to do, man. Appreciate watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.